I know you guys seen the thumbnail, and yes, my collarbone is broken and I had to get 6 stitches in my head as well.
We in Tulum, we live on location. So we here is Dion 30th F day.
Nighttime come, the demon will come out of me.
You know what I'm saying? And we picked Tulum because he was afraid to fly to Africa because the whole shit with Russia and all that. But I ain't even trying to put Buddy on the spot like that, you know what I'm saying? We in Tulum, this nigga trying to act like he don't know why we not here. He trying to get some Casamigos, some 1942, and I ain't gonna say this too loud, but he also trying to get, that was like his whole goal for his 30th birthday. But we share the same birthday, but it's his birthday this year. Last year we did Jamaica for mine. Next year we gonna do Africa. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, and I'm Lefty to God. Please say to God.
Let me get into this story. First off, when you go to Tulum, Tulum is expensive, all right? Once you can get past Tulum being expensive, it's a great place to go. So let me give you guys some insight. You have options on where you want to stay. Now, if you want to stay at the Instagram-y beach kind of spots, those are going to be crazy expensive. Now, what we did, which is what I would say you guys do, unless you got that bread and you want to spend it, we stayed about 10 to 15 minutes away from it at a nice Airbnb. Now, this villa was amazing. You go in, it's 5 bedrooms, everything is modernized, they got Wi-Fi, everything just looks great, all right? Outside, maybe not so much as far as like the surrounding area, but the 4 villas that was right there, amazing. What you can do at the villas is up to you because it's your own Airbnb, you're not at a hotel room. So we wind up massage therapists and we got massage literally right in the backyard and they were just oh so amazing. The backyard was just perfect setup and the weather was just perfect at that time. That was when Ant and Christian was going ahead and they got their massages done outside. We go out. And we're like, all right, you know what? Let's go see what Tulum has to offer. Me being who I am, I booked us something on Airbnb Experiences, which was kind of just like an open run of where we can go see the cenotes, we get lunch, we get different travel, and just give us the history of what's going on as far as like how the cenotes got there. And let me just say, the overall experience was amazing. Our tour guides were awesome. The first cenote was great. You know, this was a more underground cenote, so we had to take stairs to get down. And let's just say Christian had a fun ride down there. So once we get down there, it's all old. So it's old wood. The cenotes are like thousands of years old. So what happened was one of the banisters broke and she literally fell about 3 feet, literally to her direct back. But luckily, she had on a life jacket, and the life jacket saved her from hitting her back directly onto the rock. So, once we got all that taken care of, we were able to just go straight down into the cenote.
We're about to go to the sea notes and the caves. I don't swim. I'm pussy when it comes to water.
The sea notes?
The sea notes.
Oh,
yeah, sea notes.
Got it.
Right?
Well,
I'm pussy when it comes to water, so I don't swim. So hopefully that shit only like 2.5 feet, 3 feet. Cause anything past 3 feet, I don't get in. And then we're gonna get some ATVs.
Give it that top.
ATVs, and we're gonna pull up at Taboo.
Give it that top.
on the ATV?
That's what we're gonna do. That's everybody's plan. Just give it that.
Cenotes, it was just dark, but you had flashlights so you can see everything, and it was just like, imagine going into outer space and seeing like a whole bunch of just crystal lights and stars. That's what it looked like, literally from underground. And you can see the roots from the trees growing underground. It was just amazing. So this first one was more of the underground one. Then we got to go to the second one, which was probably my favorite out of the two, where it was more of an open cenote and we can jump off cliffs straight into the cenote and you can see straight through the water. It was so clear. Everybody was jumping off. So Christian got a chance to jump off. Victoria even jumped, which we stood up there for about 5 minutes and I'm giving her a pep talk, but great jump. She jumped. I'm so proud of her for just jumping in there, because I know she had to conquer her fear. So she did that. Then we all decided, you know, once we went back to the hotel, once we went back to the Airbnb, decided let's go grab some food. So we go grab some food. We go down to the beaches finally. And we go to this wonderful spot where it's kind of multi-tiered level where we happened to be there at sundown and we were able to chill on the hammocks. The ladies got into the hammocks and just kind of like just chilled out. We got our margaritas and we were just having a good old time, you know. The sun goes down a little bit more and then we wind up walking down just a little bit because it's like, imagine the strip in Vegas is the strip in Tulum where it's just multiple things. So we wind up stopping off, getting some ice cream from this dope little ice cream spot that was right there and had a waffle in it. It was amazing. That was some great ice cream. So we decided, all right, cool, let's head back to the Airbnb and get ready for the night. And this is where the fun happens, all right? So I don't know if you guys saw in the thumbnail where I have on a hospital brace. That is not a joke. I broke my collarbone and I cracked my head and I have to have 6 stitches. As we're heading back to the Airbnb, none other than my boy Ant and his girl Christian on the side of the road getting pulled over by the cops. And we're just like, no. So we have our taxi driver pull over, we hop out, and it's literally pay or play out there. So either you're gonna pay what they're asking for or they're gonna go to jail. So we wind up having to pay the cops off to kind of like let us go and let them go. I had to take the ATV back to the Airbnb, and one thing I forgot is I was drinking earlier that day and I was a little faded. So it was just so much adrenaline pumping. Long story short, I'm headed down the street. I remember I don't even know where I'm going, so I pull out my phone to get my maps going. I get my maps going and my helmet flies off. And as my helmet flies off, I try to reach back and catch it. And now I don't have any hands on the steering wheel because my phone is holding my maps and the one hand that was on there, I'm trying to catch the helmet. So as I try to catch the helmet, it jerks one way, I try to jerk it back the other way. And if anybody knows anything about counter steering, it's gonna counter steer. So it flips and it throws me right off, man. So broke my collarbone and cracked my head open. They take me to the most private doctor in Tulum for whatever reason, and they don't take any insurance. So I have to pay everything by car. For them to just look at me, I had to pay $2,000. And they had to staple my head up, and I'm like, okay, that's perfect. So after they staple my head and everything, they're like, okay, cool, you're gonna have to get surgery. They do x-rays, and literally it's broken in two. I'll show you guys a picture. And they're like, yeah, you have to get surgery tomorrow morning. But in order to stay here, you have to put another $6,000 down just so we can take care of you over the night. Now, what I'm thinking is, okay, cool, all this money goes towards the surgery. No, they want another $15,000 to $20,000 for the surgery. So I'm sitting here literally laying down, my head's busted open, bleeding all over the place. Like, you know what, this doesn't sound correct. I can go back to the US and if I can thug it out for a few days, I can go back to the US and get this whole procedure done under my insurance. So guess what I do? I tell them to give me a splint and some pain medicine, and I flew my ass back down to Los Angeles, and I go to the hospital on Monday. So yes, I've been sitting for the past, 4 or 5 days with a broken collarbone, and it is not a pain I will wish on anybody. All that to say, would I go back to Tulum? No. Not just off of the experience, but basically it's more off of your money doesn't go anywhere. Like your money doesn't hold weight out there. It's just too expensive. It's a great place to go for Instagram pictures and stuff, but it's just overpriced and overhyped. I would much rather go somewhere where my money goes a lot further. So yeah, if you guys had any type of experience like that, you guys go ahead and leave it down in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, and yeah, man, I don't think I'm going with Tulum no more. All right, y'all, I'm out of here. Peace out.